everyone, welcome to a palette bingo. So I was talking with my friend Haley and she suggested a palette bingo because they are so much fun, and I was absolutely up for the challenge, but I wanted to use a different palette than I've used already when I've done this, and she suggested I use my Viseart Editorial Brights palette. So I thought this would be quite the challenge. This is a very, very colorful palette, so this will be a very colorful look, but I'm up for it. I'm up for the challenge. There are 12 shadows here. I'm going to choose 4 randomly. I always use random.org on my phone, so I can input a minimum number and a maximum number. So my minimum is obviously 1, my maximum is 12. So this just generates the number for me randomly. So the first number I have here is 8, and 8 is this blue shade right here. So actually, just for reference, so you're wondering how I'm choosing them, I am starting here with shade 1 and going this way, so 1 through 4, and then I always go this way. This is how I always do it. Instead of like weaving around, I go 1 through 4, 5 through 8, 9 through 12. So just so there's no confusion there. So this is a very blue, shade. I'm going to swatch them on my hand so you guys can see what I'm dealing with, and also so I can figure out what exactly I'm going to do. The only problem I've had with this palette so far is that it really stains. It's very, very pigmented and so beautiful, but it stains my lids so badly. So the next shade I got is 3, which is this green shade right here. So this is what we're working with so far. This is not too bad. I was worried I was going to get crazy color. Now, saying that, I could get something that really wouldn't go well with the blue and the green. I got shade 7. 7 is the yellow shade. I'm a little bit more excited because I think this is going to work. So I've got this bright yellow. So far, this is a really good color combination. All right, we're gonna generate one more. 5. Maybe spoke too soon. 5 is the hot pink shade. Yeah. See, if I had gotten like another one of the greens or the blue maybe. Ooh, okay. So this is the color scheme I'm going to be working with right now. Oh my. Oh my. I was starting to formulate an idea with the blue and the green and the yellow, and the pink has totally thrown me off a little bit. So I think I may do something crazy. I may try to do a cut crease. So first I'm just going to take a little bit of the white shadow. I already used a little bit of a white primer a little while ago because I wanted it to really set onto my lids. I'm trying to avoid staining, but also give a good blank canvas to work with, and white is a good option with such bright colors. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a cut crease, like a real one. We'll try. All right, so to make this a little bit easier for me, because I don't know if I can really cut, crease, and talk, I'm going to put some music on. We are going to go through the process here. So I think the first shade I'm going to start with is the yellow shade. So I'm trying to wing out the shadow a little bit. I feel like this is going to look like a hot mess for a long time. Hopefully it will all tie together in the end. So I'm actually going to use another shadow. I'm going to use this shade here, this lime green, because I'm going to go in with that one next, and then I will follow with the green that I picked from the palette bingo. So I'm definitely taking the shadow up really, really high, but I have to because I don't have a whole lot of lid space. So I have to try with what I have. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to carve the crease now. I'm just going to use a white gel liner instead of concealer, and I'm actually going to use micellar water and see if I can clean everything up afterwards. I'm just going to use actually a little flat, tiny concealer brush, and Godspeed. Alright, so I hope that at least some of that was clear. I just removed the underneath portion with the Garnier micellar water with some Q-tips. It took quite a few Q-tips to even get this far. So I was just taking a little bit of the white shadow underneath. I'm thinking now, like I was always going to use glitter, but I have a plan. An even more defined plan now for glitter. I'm a little bit scared with how this is going to turn out, but it's taking a slightly different direction than what I thought. So I'm just going to take a little bit more of that white shadow onto my lid. I'm glad there's a white shadow in this palette. All right, so I'm going to take the blue next. I'm intentionally going a little bit messy with this blue down here because I'm going to clean it up afterwards. I just want to make sure that I get enough shadow there first. I'm not really concerned of what it looks like so much. I know it still looks like a hot mess, but it's going to come together. I'm going to use a little bit of the pink. Definitely out of focus. So I'm just blending the pink into the blue on my lid, and to help it along, I'm actually going to dip into a little bit of the purple just to blend between the pink and the blue shades. Trying to blend in such a small, tiny area is pretty difficult. I'm trying to get like the tiny little circles. I'm trying not to carry it up too high. I know I did, but my glitter plan is going to save my butt. Alright, so I know that this looks kind of amateur, and I definitely have little experience with looks like this. So for like a third or fourth try, I think it's not too bad. So I'm just using a makeup wipe and I'm just running it alongside the edge of my eye. Alright, so I'm going to use these little star glitters from MAC next. Alright, so for applying the stars, I used the MAC mixing medium and I used a tiny little lip brush for applying things. I'm not entirely happy with it yet. I'm going to wipe these swatches off first before I get them everywhere. Alright, so I just added a little bit of the Urban Decay glitter liner in Distortion because I decided that we are going full unicorn fantasy, and wow, okay, that's a lot of glitter. I'm trying to keep the stars in place because when I open my eyes, sometimes they like to shift on me. Now once this glue is entirely dry, it should all stay. So I'm gonna do the rest of my face off camera, come back, put a little bit of color on my lower lash line, and we will call it a day. Alright, so the rest of my face is done. I just went with a very light glossy lip because I didn't really want anything to fight with all of this. Some of the stars keep moving around because of where they're placed in relation to my actual crease. So I wish I had a little bit more lid space so I could move it up a little bit higher, but I don't. So nothing I can do about that. I am going to highlight a little bit with the Clionadh Cosmetics highlighters. I'm going to use a little bit of Fuse. Trying not to go too much with it because I like to overdo my highlighters sometimes. I like to glow. And then I already put black liner in my waterline because I wanted to. I already have a little bit of the pink and purpley blue on my lower lash line from earlier, so I think I'm just gonna stick maybe with that. Give the pink a little bit more on my lower lash line. Take a little bit of the yellow. Alright, so we are done. This is the completed look. I'm just missing a wig because I really need to set this whole thing over the top. I had thought about using the big pink wig for a second, but I think the blonde wig works just fine. So anyway, this is my completed look for palette bingo using the Viseart Editorial Brights palette. Thank you so much for watching and spending some time with me today. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. If you would like to see palette bingo again with another palette, make sure to let me know that as well. Thank you so much, and I hope we get a chance to chat soon. Bye for now.